I think Juve is the most hated club by everyone. We have to stick together. We have to be united as Juventini, and we will rise again as we always have. These are the words of Nicolo Fagioli that I had the honor, the pleasure to share a live with on the Juventus Twitch channel earlier today. It was fantastic. These words were actually the message that he wanted to give to the community, to the Bianconeri. It was in Italian, 35 minutes together with Nicolo. I want to translate what he said. I want to share my experience, my emotion, because I can already guarantee you it was simply fantastic. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Fagioli was fantastic. Fantastic, maturity at max level. And I remember, for the people that do not know, he's only 21. Maturity on the field, but also in front of the camera. Fantastic. He said super important things today. The number that he wants to wear one day. He spoke about his weakness on the field. That was really interesting to know what they thought about the game of yesterday and a lot of things. For example, the team that he was about to go to before Juventus calling him up. Remain here because I really want to translate a fantastic interview that we had. But before, let me just give you one word about my experience with Nicolo Fagioli. Because yes, I am 41, but I'm still a kid. I am a supporter, I am a big fan of Juventus. My dream when I was a kid living in Belgium was to travel one day to Torino, to the stadium of Juventus, Il delle Alpi, to go and watch my team. We were not rich, we were not able to travel there and watch the Bianconeri live, so I was obliged to watch the recaps on television. I would never have imagined one day that I would be live on the Juventus channel, not as a guest, but as a host, and sharing it with a first team player. I already did some players from Juventus, fantastic players, my idols, Ravanelli, Torricelli, also Barzagli, Matri, and one of the big icons of Juventus, Claudio Marchisio. It's beautiful, it's fantastic. This emotion will never be forgotten, but sharing 35 minutes time with the first team player, actual first team player, is something incredible. I am super proud, I am super happy. After 3 years of opening the channel, I was able to do it, and this is something that makes me really proud, and I want to do better, I want to do more, and that's what the promise that I'm doing you, continuing with positivity, with believing in Juve, loving Juve more and more, working harder and harder to have these kind of successes so that I can bring them here on the channel for you. Let's go to the core of the video. We are speaking, of course, about Nicolo Fagioli. He started with the game of yesterday. He said it's a pity that yesterday we didn't win, finished 2-1 at halftime. And especially these 5, 6, 7 minutes when we came up on the field was a total disaster for him. It's a real pity. Then we get back on the game and we felt and we stood up again. These were his words. This is a great sign from the squad. I'm very happy with the current team. Yesterday we had a great performance. We need to keep continuing like that. And that's what I love. Atalanta should not be an isolated game. It should be the first one of all the same games, not with the same result, but at least with the performances. On a personal level, he's quite proud about his season. He's really super happy about the improvement that he's doing. Of course, the 15 points, we also spoke about it on the Juve channel. He said it was a big surprise. Beginning of the day, we heard rumors about -9, and nobody was expecting -15. Disaster. Ferrero and Scanavino, they spoke with the team, and they said that they will fight to cancel these 15 points that they took away from us, but we have to remain calm, focus on the field. We spoke about his first goal in Serie A with Juventus versus Lecce. He said that it was a fantastic emotion because it was his first one for Juve. He freed him up, maybe like that's not what he said, that's what I am saying, maybe like Miretti from the moment that he will score his first goal in Serie A. It was the perfect week back then because he also did his debut in Champions League from the start versus Paris Saint-Germain, and then the week after scoring versus Inter. He said, guys, that was always my dream. Scoring with Juve against big rivals like Inter has always been in my mind. The celebration versus Lecce, that was really impulsive and how it was not programmed. He was not even maybe expecting to score. He said it had been months since he was not playing a lot with continuity, and we all know it because he even entered in second half. It was my first experience with Juve, especially there. It was not easy, and I was super happy. That was a liberating goal. That's what he said. We spoke about Danilo, the captain at the moment of Juventus, vice captain or captain of the team, because I saw the relationship on Instagram between him, Danilo. Yesterday he posted a picture with Fenomeno, so I really wanted to ask him that question. How is Danilo in the team? how is he a reference to you, to Fagioli, but also to the team? He said, in addition to be a captain, he has a lot of charisma. He talks a lot to his teammates. He helps each one of us when things don't go as expected. He has always supported me since the time of Pirlo, before him going to Cremonese, when they were already there with Pirlo, when he started. You remember the first game versus Spal in Coppa Italia? He admired him a lot as a player and especially as a person. And then we spoke about Di Maria. Of course we speak about Di Maria. Of course we speak about Di Maria. We said, what do you think about Di Maria? He said, with Di Maria there is not a lot of things to think. You don't think about Di Maria. You can see what he's doing on the field and he's a phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He's from another category. That's what he said. I can't wait to give him the ball, to let him do his magic, something exceptional. Even outside of the field, he's a fantastic person, always available, speaking, joking. He's super great as a person. He's really happy that he won the World Cup also together with Paredes. We didn't ask what he thought about Rabiot losing the World Cup. This is something that we avoided. A funny thing was, and maybe a lot of you they do not know, is he was about to go to Inter. Everything was already done. He just had to sign and to transfer themselves to Inter. Everything was done. After he was with the youth academy of Cremonese, it was a done deal. But at that moment, Gigi Milani comes in and he calls him. He said, come to Juve. Come to the youth academy of Juve. He was already a Juve supporter. We see it on Instagram, the picture of he to the stadium. Gigi Milani is one that we really have to thank because he raised him football-esque, in his career. He's still in contact with him, calling him, giving him tips when he's good or bad. So he was about to become an Interista. Luckily, right on time, Juventus called. And that's why he's now at Juventus. He said the youth sector is exceptional. Juventus helps a lot. They give you everything you need to perform at a really high level. And then he continues to say the trainers prepare you from all point of view. And especially now with the under 23, well, you are playing in a professional league, in Serie C, in 3rd division. He said that Cremonese was an important year for him. Remember all the talks, Juventus is not believing in their youth, they are loaning him in 2nd division team. He said, for me, it was a real benefit, especially meeting Pecchia, that I already knew the trainer Pecchia from Cremonese last year in Serie B, because I already knew him from the youth academy from Juventus. He said, I played right away. We did an exceptional year. Nobody was thinking that we would have gone to Serie A. Real beneficial for my career. So sometimes, guys, these young kids, they need to play with continuity, and it's good. It's not always bad to loan a player for 1 year. Marchisio went on loan, Giovinco went on loan, Fagioli went on loan, and if they can become stronger and be professional, guys, it's bonus for everyone. Then he spoke about La Nazionale. I asked him about the Italian national team. He said that for him, and for every Italian kid is the dream to play with La Nazionale, saying of course that his dream with La Nazionale is 2026, to qualify and even to win it. He remembers really well when he entered, subbing in or subbing out Nicolo Fagioli, one Nicolo out, one Nicolo in at the 77th minute on the 16th of November 2022, the first ball that he controlled. What is with his chest? Fantastic. Spoke about the difference between Serie B, Serie A, that Serie A is a lot more velocity, a lot more speed, and a lot more technique than the B Serie A, but even Serie B is with a lot of intensity. Spoke about his idols, Del Piero, when he was a kid. We share something in common, Fagioli and myself. The same idol. He said that he had the posters of Alessandro Del Piero in his room. After Del Piero, when he retired, it became Paulo Dybala. Now, Modric. You see? He's growing. He's going with studying his idols in his position. Mezzala, Regista, we didn't ask him, but he's going towards more and more a box-to-box player. In the locker room, he gets along with everyone. He has no problem. He's a friend with everyone. He's speaking a lot with the Italian because of the same language, but also with the Argentinian ones, with the ones that are speaking Spanish, like Di Maria, Paredes. When Di Maria is not able to speak in Italian, then it's or Paredes that already speak the language, or Sule that are translating. Poster of Del Piero, yes, he had a lot of posters, but he was also a collector of shirts. He had a lot of shirts, and that was just fantastic, because that's another thing that we share in common, the passion for collecting shirts. We are nearly in the end. The number 44, you know that I'm a fetishist of numbers. I love the signification, why they are choosing the numbers. I always thought the 44 was because 4 plus 4 is 8. That's his favorite number, I was thinking. So we asked him the question, he said, no, Actually, the number that I wanted to take was the 21, but Caio Jorge already had that number. So the 44 was the first number I took when I was in the youth academy. And that's why I take it back, because it was free there. What about the number 8 in the future? What about Marchisio? Being the new Marchisio, he said, of course, Marchisio, I admire him and I inspire to be a Marchisio one day with his skills and fantastic, but not the number 8. That's not the number that I like. So forget about the number 8, guys. That's not the number that he likes. He wants the number 10 one day. 21 to 10. Heroes, idols, from Del Piero to Dybala. Fantastic, fantastic. These are the things that I love to know. I asked him that on the 12th of February will be his birthday, and we play that day versus Fiorentina. What is the thing that we can wish him? Well, he said, wish me to win. Wish me that Juventus can win. And if possible, that I can score a goal. That's the only thing that I wish him. Winning with a goal of Fagioli on his birthday would be super, super fantastic. He spoke about his weakness, guys. He said, I never scored with my head. Not even in the youth academy, I scored with my head. Never. That's a weakness. I'm really bad. And he was even speaking like you, like me, like friends. He said, no, I'm really bad. I'm really a disaster with my head. Fantastic. He was super open, super friendly. Guys, these are the players that I want to put the name on my shirt on. Fagioli, 44. Or who knows, maybe 21. Who knows in the future? Fagioli, number 10. Guys, I would love to. He has a dream. He wants to win the Champions League with Juventus. And after the Champions League, also Serie A. Not after. It didn't speak about chronology. He said, my biggest dream is the Champions League and then Scudetto as soon as possible. That's what he said. And then he finished with the first message. I started with the message for the fans, for the Juventini that are listening. I think that Juve is the most hated team by everybody. We need to be united, to stick together and to be united as Juventini. And we will rise again, as we always have. Fantastic interview with Nicolo Fagioli. Guys, I have, I don't know what to say. Super moments of my life. Fantastic emotions. For a Juventino, having the chance to do it is fantastic. I could say to the people, you know what, go on Twitch, watch it. No, I wanted to translate all the chapters that he did. Also, thank you to Mohammed El Shahali that translated live from Italian to English. Fantastic work from El Tactico, and I was able to remember because I was full of emotion. But it was nice. It was fantastic. So hopefully Fagioli can continue, and one day, who knows, some kids can have his posters in the room. Grazie, forza, Juve.